Think about it, he said. Then he said, "You hear from Eberhard since he moved out?" This time, teeth clenched, I shook my head. "Me neither. I guess he's cut off a lot of his old friends." No comment. "I hear he's not doing too well. That what you hear?" No comment, damn it. "Well, he made his own bed," DeFalco said. "Still, I'd hate to see him go down the tubes. You'd take him back, wouldn't you? If he can't hack it on his own and comes begging?" Enough. "Get out of here," I said. "Go rake some muck at City Hall." "You don't want to talk about it, huh? Eberhard?" "Goodbye, Joe." "Sure, I know how you feel. I'm on your side. Call me after you talk to Kay." "Goodbye, Joe." He went, and a little while later, so did I. Kay Runyon and her allegedly philandering husband lived in Ashbury Heights, a little pocket of affluence on the hill above the Haight-Ashbury. Old money up there, nervous money in the late 60s, when the Haight had been the center of the flower power, free love, let's all get stoned counterculture. The citizens of the Heights had survived the hippies with their property values intact, and were now in the process of surviving the drug-infested, homeless-dominated new Haight scene. Still nervous about the shape of things below, no doubt, but reasonably confident in the long view. If you live high enough on the hill, any hill, and you're wary and well insulated, you can survive anything the rabble does down in the bottoms. That's the theory, anyway, that the great visionaries in Washington had been tacitly propounding for a dozen years. The gospel according to St. Ronald and St. George. The Runyon house was a tall, narrow Mediterranean, stucco-faced, painted a creamy silver gray, with cathedral-style windows of leaded glass and black wrought-iron balconies and trim. A double tier of brick steps led up onto a side porch from the street, 15 steps in each tier, high, high on the hill. I wondered what Victor Runyon did for a living to afford this kind of home, or, not to be sexist, what Kay Runyon did. DeFalco hadn't told me which of them controlled the family purse strings, or where the money in the purse came from. The front door opened before I was halfway up the second tier, and Kay Runyon came out to greet me. I'd called her before leaving the office, a 30-second conversation to determine that she was home and available for a conference right away. She had sounded tense on the phone, and she looked tense in person, a woman on the edge and trying so hard not to show it that her balance was all the more precarious. She was about 40, too thin in baggy slacks and a white velour pullover, as if she might be anorexic. Hair, a sandy blonde, worn shoulder-length in one of those fluffy in-curving styles. Large gray eyes that would have been striking except for the smudges under them and the pain in their depths. 20 years ago, she'd have had suitors of all shapes, sizes, and ages beating down her door. Now what should have been an equally potent, mature beauty was blurred, marred by the effects of strain and emotional upheaval. She subjected me to an intense 5-second scrutiny of her own, and the impression she got seemed to reassure her. She shook my hand, said, "Thank you for coming, I really do appreciate it," and ushered me into a big, angular living room. Everything in there was either orange or white, or a combination of the two colors, including some oddly fuzzy impressionistic paintings on the wall, and such accoutrements as vases, coasters, a table lighter, and ashtrays. There was plenty of light, from a chandelier and 2 table lamps, as well as from the sunny August day outside, and the effect should have been warm and cheery. Not for me, though. All that orange and white made me cold because it reminded me of a dreamsicle, one of my generation's kid treats, orange-flavored ice on the outside, vanilla ice cream on the inside. My old man loved dreamsicles, just a big overgrown kid himself, and was always trying to get me to eat them. Couldn't understand why I kept refusing. Once when I turned one down, he knocked me flat and stood over me shaking it, splattering me with cold, melting orange and white, telling me what an ungrateful little shit I was. Some guy, my old man. Every boy's ideal pop. Kay Runyon and I sat on white chairs.